That's amazing. Welcome to the CRAZYDRE Podcast Show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your main man, a.k.a. Crazy Croc, a.k.a. Andre's Podcast. In the state of Michigan, rss.com. Thank you. Spotify, thank you. I'd like to thank everyone out there that's listening to my podcast. It's been wonderful. YouTube, people have been watching my YouTube now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, great. How many do you say? How many? How many do you say?
Well, I don't know. There's plenty of people.
Really? Wow. Awesome.
And maybe, am I not getting you?
I don't know.
There
Can
you go.
hear me?
There you
Can you hear me now? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Just making sure
Yeah.
your sound's on.
Close, yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
closer.
good. Okay.
So,
Okay.
folks, as you know, as you heard, Ron's back on the show.
Hey, Brian. How you doing?
And Ron and I decided to do a podcast the evening instead of during the day,
Mhm.
the next day after the Red Wings. But we decided to do it now so that we can have a little drink.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we'll drink.
What do you got?
I'm drinking, it's called Larceny. It's a bourbon. God, I don't know where it's made. I've had it before. But you picked it up for me. Thank you for picking it up. It's really a good bourbon. Larceny, like it has a lock on the, like a little keyhole on the label. It's for a lock. Larceny, like breaking in.
Yes.
To
Yeah, I
sit
get
into it. But I got it as a gift like 3 years ago from a friend. And I'm not a bourbon drinker. I really wasn't a big bourbon drinker. And I got it, and I'm like, wow, like, I should drink it. I'm not going to not drink it.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
a gift, you know.
Yeah.
She probably paid a pretty price for the bottle. It probably wasn't cheap. It's got a cork in it. You know. It's usually a good sign. No, and I had it, and it was delicious. I loved it. So I thought, he says, hey, the other night, Barry calls me up, he says, yeah, I'm thinking about getting some sipping booze for us when you just keep it there in the freezer.
Yeah.
Come over, we each have a bottle. We're not going to guzzle it because it's bourbon, you know. And you got, and he got Maker's Mark, which is another good one. That's really tasty. I like that too.
It's
So
whiskey.
I think after our first ones, we're going to switch. I'm going to have Maker's Mark. He's going to have some.
Oh, hell yeah.
Larceny's really good. You'll like it. It's kind of reminds me, it's like a lighter version of Jim Beam in a
Oh,
way.
wow.
It's just as sweet. I think it's a little sweeter than Jim Beam.
Oh, wow.
But it's got a little bit more mellow flavor. Jim Beam is more bitter to me than this.
Oh,
This
really?
is more of a mellow taste.
Because Jack and Jim.
Yeah, Jack and Jim are, yeah. But
Because,
no, this is. I like the Larceny. It's really good. But I do like Maker's Mark too. That's some pretty neat stuff.
okay.
That's good too. Yeah.
So it's Halloween weekend, folks.
Yep.
And
Just
you know, you know, long story short, we celebrated Halloween. Remember one time, my buddy Jason, you know Jason.
Yeah, I met Jason. Yeah.
I was living in by Baldwin in Jenison still. And Jason lived right next street over.
Okay.
So he and I decided to go trick-or-treating together.
Mm-hmm.
We started at 7:30.
Jeez.
We ended at 10:30. My dad found us. We were almost up the hill on 20th Street,
Wow.
no, 20th Avenue.
Okay.
No, not quite 20th.
Well, if you're
No, I'm sorry. We were at 12th Avenue.
Oh, okay.
And very close up to the hill where Jenison keeps going towards Hudsonville.
Mm-hmm.
And we filled up a whole pillowcase of candy.
Yeah.
My dad was
Best
so
bag ever.
mad at us because they can't
That's the
find
best
us.
bag ever. That is the best bag to have because it holds a lot. And they're durable. They will break open like plastic or paper.
No.
Yeah, and a pillowcase is the way to go. But I know kids that they'd have several different costumes. And what they do is they do one round, and then they change costumes. They go out again. They do another round. And sometimes they do a double. Sometimes seven. Were you here before? No, I don't think so. But they would change costumes. And
Oh,
they'd do
yeah,
different
they did
blocks.
that.
They'd go different blocks. They'd go. Well, we didn't really have blocks. We were around. It was around the lake, so we go down our block. It wasn't set up a square pattern. It was around the lake. It was a road that was around the lake, so it wasn't set up like a very gridded pattern neighborhood. It was.
Yeah.
So you go to Idlewild, would be your neighborhood, and another beach would be Idle Avenue, and then another beach would be Sandbar or whatever, just around the lake. So that was your neighborhood. Where your beach was, that was your neighborhood.
Oh.
See, so
Okay.
you had a road behind the beach. You had your
Okay.
beach, your house, your backyard, your driveway, whatever. Then the street was there. They
Oh.
went around the whole lake, so it wasn't
Okay.
really like just like your cottage. Everybody's next door to each other,
Yeah.
or across the street from you too. And they had lake access. They had like what they called what are those things? So easement. It means it's no man's land. It's not really anybody's property. You're just public and not public, but neighbors can walk through it that live across the street too.
Oh yeah.
So you can enjoy the beach.
Yeah.
It's not really your beach, but you can share it. I guess there were a lot of those. But anyway, and we used to do that. But we'd go up to Gulf Vista, which was a level up from the woods, another neighborhood basically, like a little plaque.
Yeah.
We had plaques around there too. Little plaques. And we'd go to the plaques too. So we would walk or ride our bikes or whatever. And but we did a lot of candy. We'd wax windows. I would use soap because wax takes a razor blade and it's very labor intensive. Where soap just rinses off with water. So now you got an excuse to wash your windows.
Wait a second. You wax? People wax?
Yeah, you take wax and you draw on windows with it.
Really?
Yes. Oh yeah, that used to be a big thing. Wax windows. Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
It's harmless. It doesn't hurt the glass any.
No.
But a lot of people would use soap, and soap would do just the same thing as wax. But now with soap, it was easier to get off. You just wash it with water and rinse right off. There's no scrubbing involved. Whereas wax, you have to scrape it off with a razor blade, and it was hard to get off because you had to scrub and scrub and scrub.
Jeez.
So you'd be just a vandal, but you'd be a nice vandal and use soap. It doesn't matter, white soap, doesn't matter what color. So you just use soap. That'd be a nice.
Well,
you hated the person you didn't like, then you'd use wax. But
I tell you what, my
it's
dad.
a Halloween shirt.
My dad would have been pissed if we did that too. Actually, one of my friends.
Okay.
One of my friends egged my window, and he was trying to get my attention. And I was still in that youthful age where I got out of school,
right,
and I wanted to be by myself for a good 20 minutes, and then go outside with all my friends.
Right.
But I would go into my room, listen to music, Bruce Springsteen, any hip hop artists back in the day, even like say DJ Jazz Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Oh, that was a good one.
NWA.
I'm not into rap, but I like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince because they were clean. They weren't saying the F bomb all the time, and they weren't. It wasn't rap. It was clean rap, but it was funny rap. It was good. No, I liked him. I enjoyed his stuff.
It was Disney rap, we call it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which is fine with me. I have no problem with that. But
no.
The other stuff where they're cussing and swearing, I just don't.
No.
But that's somebody else's music. That's your taste.
Of course.
I just don't care about it.
Is that I mean, your generation, no one had it.
No, we did not. The 80s. It started really getting popular back in the 80s. I remember
early 80s.
You had Snoop Dogg, and then you had
that's
the
90s.
two guys. Who are those two guys that sang together? Run DMC.
Yeah,
they were real popular. They were big.
But I don't even think they swore.
No, they didn't. They didn't cuss.
No, actually,
NWA did.
Yeah,
and I think, and then because they were getting more, that was getting more gangster back then. That was doing the gangster stuff was starting out. It's sad too because a lot of gangster rappers are gangsters, and they're shooting each other. Well, not all the time, but you've heard of that. Like,
there's a myth. So now today's gangster rap or rap itself, people are not, or people pretend to be something they're not. So a lot of what you see on TV or you hear on the radio and all that, those guys aren't really what they say they are. They're not. They don't have Lexuses. They don't have nice houses. They're just military. What they do now is they rent out all that stuff, put it on video on YouTube or even back in the day, MTV Cribs.
Okay.
They wouldn't buy the house. They rent the house and then rent out the cars. So later on, with MTV Cribs, people caught on that they were just bullshit.
Really, just set up. They rent cars from it.
You're thinking I'd say NWA.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Just to make them look like they're big, but they really weren't.
Exactly.
And I guess they had enough money to rent that stuff, but not really own it.
Well, actually, the record companies would rent it for them. So that's how they stayed broke all the time.
Oh, okay.
So NWA, when it first came out, was straight out of Compton. I remember I was probably only 8 years old when that. I was 8 or 9 years old when that album came out. I bought that tape deck at Believe in Music a couple years later.
Okay.
And then what I did is I bought DJ Jeff and the Fresh Prince, the clean, nice version of rap.
Yeah.
And then what I did is I put that NWA tape in that tape deck of DJ Jeff. So when my parents would see me with that deck, they thought I was listening to DJ Jeff.
Oh, and you'd sneak in some MWA there once in a
while.
Well, okay.
Well, I mean that is genius. I was one of the only few
great.
kids.
I like that. That's a great idea.
And I love hip hop and rap back in the day. Even I like somewhat Eminem stuff, but not so much everything. So those days it was so fun. I think having Halloween and having been a kid in the 70s, in the 80s, and maybe part of the 90s was great. Because you went outside, you had a lot of friends.
Oh,
Even if you didn't have those friends, you had acquaintances. Because neighborhood kids always stuck together. So if that kid didn't like you...
We go in groups sometimes, too. We'd hang out together. We'd all get a group. Or sometimes you try to race each other to the next house or something like that. Kind of shit, God, that's a lot of fun.
So a lot of times, even if you were not friends with somebody, and it got really technical sometimes. With this kid didn't like this kid, but this kid was your friend.
Right.
You didn't like that other kid. Yeah. So the other kid had to hang out with him because he was hanging out with you or with me. Well, in case my kids were
I used to like that where you have friends of friends, but your friends of your friends didn't like you, or they didn't like them, but you liked your best friend, but that was their other friend. You kind of clashed that.
But that in itself just made you it taught you how to coexist.
That's true. Yeah, to put up with her, to just...
so you learn how to do that. Yeah. So going to Halloween, or talking about Halloween, I think we're going to go to rank these candy bars. So
okay.
So
got my favorites. I've got a lot of them.
So based on this list, let me get this pop up out of the way.
Now, I don't know about you, but some people when I was a kid would give you apples, or they would give you packaged cookies, or some cookies wrapped up. And usually if it was somebody that did that, it was somebody in the neighborhood you knew, some old lady that you would know. Because you always heard the horror stories about the razor blades and the apples and the poison in the candy bars. You ever hear about that?
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like a urban legend, kind of like, not really, but you'd have to, so your parents would always check your candy first before you ate it.
Whoa.
Because some sick person would put something in it. So apples were one. We get apples, so you weren't sure about it, but your mom would cut them open, or you just cut them open. Sometimes homemade cookies or stuff like that. But back in the 70s, you didn't really have to worry about crazy, stupid, mean people back then. That really didn't exist. You may have heard of it once in a while. But if we ever got apples or anything that wasn't, candy or pre-wrapped, then their parents would check it just to look at it. But just to be safe. But
really,
it was kind of an urban legend. But I never got poisoned by candy. I never got a razor blade in my apple. I never. Some gal, she'd take this silky paper or silky cloth, and she'd put a dime in it, and she'd take a little piece of ribbon, and she'd tie it around it. She gave everybody a dime for Halloween. It's money, but.
She gave people a dime and no food, no candy?
Yep, just dimes and no pennies. No candy. Just dimes.
No candy. Well, maybe she didn't want to.
But, I mean, hey, that was 10 cents towards another candy bar if you went to the store.
Well, back in your day, they were like, what, 20 cents?
Yeah, they were cheap back then. I mean, oh, God, we had, all the good ones, man. I mean, I can list my favorites on my fingers and toes. I got, Baby Ruth, Almond Joy, Mounds, Snickers, Three Musketeers, Payday, for sure. They didn't have Payday chocolate back then. It's just when they had Payday. Necco wafers, Twizzlers, Clark bar, Hershey bar with almonds, Reese's peanut butter cup. God, there's so many.
So let's do
$1,000,
this.
$1 million bar, and all those other kind of candies they had back then were just, man, those are my favorites.
So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to name 3 candy bars. I'm going to name 5 of them right now.
Okay. All right.
Now you got to choose which one you like the most.
Okay. All right.
Kit Kat, Reese's Pieces, Twix, Skittles, Sour Pouch, or
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch, or Starburst.
Oh gosh. All of those you mentioned, there's 3 in there. There's like 3 or 4 in there. Can I? This has to be one.
You can only pick. In this case, pick 2.
Okay, 2. All right. Skittles. And go through them again. Skittles is one.
Kit Kat, Reese's Pieces, Twix, Skittles, Sour Patch, and Starburst.
Oh, the other one would be between Twix and Kit Kat. Oh, that's a hard decision, but I like them both. But I'm gonna go with Kit Kat.
Kit Kat bar? Bring me
All different flavors too. They got different flavors of them too.
They got different flavors.
Yeah, well, they got.
What
I
kind
saw
of
one
space
that
did
was.
you live in?
It was green. It
Yeah.
was a Kit Kat bar, but it was green.
What?
And then there's another Kit Kat bar with cookies and cream.
What?
Oh yeah, they have a couple of special kind of Kit Kat bars, not just a regular
Now?
one with milk chocolate. Oh yeah, now yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
you're not talking
good.
about back
They're
in
all
the
good.
70s.
No. No, back then they just had Kit Kat.
Yeah.
They just had
what-
Kit Kats.
okay.
back
What
then.
was
So, yeah,
okay.
I'm just talking regular Kit
I
Kat.
didn't
That's
know
the
that
choice.
they had. Now I have to go find this stuff.
That
But
was good.
unless my doctor finds
My
this
sweet
first.
tooth, yeah, I've been rotting my teeth out eating all the candy.
So you say Kit Kat and Skittles.
Yeah, Kit Kat and Skittles.
All right. I'm gonna go with Starburst because I'm addicted
That's a good
to
one.
it.
I do those too. Yeah.
Those are my favorite. My grandma always bought them out at the
Starburst,
cottage.
yeah. Only lasts forever.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
They
You ever
ever last
mix
in the cottage.
You ever take a grape and a lemon, or an orange and an apple, or something, and mix them once in a while? You ever do that? I used to do that.
No.
That was good.
Actually, my favorite flavors were the red and the pink.
Red and the pink. Okay.
I didn't like the yellow.
Cherry and strawberry, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe, yes. I think pink was strawberry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good. Yes, I liked them all, but I mean, the
I didn't
Skittles
like.
are the best.
I didn't like the yellow.
I like the Skittles because they're crunchy and chewy. Skittles seem to disintegrate. Take longer to disintegrate than the Starburst do. I think Starburst melt down quicker than the Skittles do. I mean,
I don't know. I just felt like when you eat Skittles,
yeah, that's total.
I feel like
sugar.
you're like eating too much, too fast of like M&Ms.
Mhm.
But without chocolate, I'm on kind of a chocolate freak.
Okay, yeah, I like my chocolate.
But-
chocolate.
I don't know. Skittles was almost too. There were too many flavors, so when you put them in your mouth, I felt like you're like, oh, it's just too much. It's too sweet.
I'm one at a time guy though. I do different flavors. I'd pour some in my hand, but I make sure everyone is identical. With apple, cherry, orange, lemon, lime, whatever the flavors are, and I do one, but I do a different one every time, so they wouldn't mix together. I could distinguish them apart. But what's really good, we got that hard candy shell, and if you suck on it a while, you get the shell off, and then when you crunch down on them, they're really gooey. And they disintegrate better and they're easy to chew.
Yeah.
But if you're not patient enough, you always end up chewing them up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. The next list we're going down.
Okay.
M&M's, Haribo,
Haribo? Yeah.
Snickers, Jolly Ranchers, Little Kisses, Nestle's Crunch.
This is Crunch Bar. Okay. Well, it's called Crunch now because Nestle doesn't make it anymore. unfortunately. But
They don't?
I know what you get. Yeah, it's just called Crunch now. I think Faraday Candy Company, or there's another candy company bought it out. They bought out Nestle Candy Company, so it's no longer like a Butterfinger.
Oh yeah.
It's not Nestle anymore.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember the name, but it starts with an R. I can't remember. But it's just not like the Butterfingers used to be. It doesn't. They changed the recipe.
Oh.
It is not the same. It is the closest thing you can get now to a Butterfinger would be a Clark bar or $1,000 or $1,000 bar, or I can't remember. One of those.
One of those. One
Right.
life.
So you said M&M's,
M&M's.
Haribo, gummy bears, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, those are gummy
Gummy
bears.
bears?
Haribo is a German company, a German candy company,
Oh.
and they're exported here. But you never used to be able to get Haribo, because first time I saw Haribo, they were very popular in Germany or Europe. And a friend of mine, his mom, when they went to Germany, his mom's from Germany, they would get Haribo gold bears, and they would bring them back.
Oh.
And
Wow.
they didn't have them here in the United States yet. And they started importing here to the United States.
Oh no way.
I had Haribo before it was popular back in the 70s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was quite delicious.
Oh.
What's really neat is foreign candy, like English candy or Japanese candy or Mexican candy. That's really neat. If you have a chance to try different candy or foreign candy or European candy, try it, because it's wild. It's good. But
I was raised by Dutch people, so we had
Dutch candies are good too.
Dutch candy.
Dutch licorice is
Oh,
really good.
yuck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's terrible.
Do,
Wow.
do not, if you want to try to kill me,
Yeah.
give me licorice.
Yeah.
I don't like
I
licorice.
like black licorice. Well, a lot of it has, it depends on the recipe.
Ugh.
Yeah. Now, if you're talking Dutch licorice, that's some really dark stuff. It's not like Twizzlers at the supermarket or the candy store.
No.
It's totally different. Dutch licorice is very powerful. I've had it before.
Will make you strong?
Yeah. Oh God, it makes you cry. It's like it got this ammonia taste to it. I can't describe it.
Why?
It's really.
Why would you
I don't
eat
know.
that?
There's something kind
Why
of
would you
ammonia
eat that?
in licorice. I don't know why.
Why would you eat that?
I don't know, but I had before and I didn't care for it. It's too strong. Very
Okay.
strong. But I get it. Let's see. M&M's is one. Haribo is one. I like Haribo.
Snickers, Jolly
Snickers.
Ranchers,
Oh gosh.
Little Kisses.
Two. I'd have to say Jolly Ranchers and Snickers. Snickers is one of my all-time favorite candy bars.
Wait, there's Nerds too.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You know, I like Nerds, but not as much as I like, what was the one you just said? The
Jolly Ranchers?
Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah, those are good. Those are very good. Long-lasting candy. The thing about Jolly Ranchers is that it's a hard candy, but if you bite down on it, it slowly squishes down. And then the time you go too hard, it'll snap. Or it'll stick to your teeth really good.
I hate that.
Weird.
Stick to your
It's
teeth.
weird.
Oh, stop.
It's almost like
That's so gross.
what's that stuff cornstarch? You ever take cornstarch and mix it with water? And
No.
you make that jelly and you hit it really hard and it stops you dead solid. But then you let your fist sit on it and it slowly sinks in.
Slowly sinks.
You can stand on it or you can put on it like flat, but it'll slowly sink in. So Jolly Ranchers the same way. They're hard, yet they're soft. But you bite down on them, they slowly. It's weird. It's weird.
I tell you what.
I like them though. They're great.
I tell you what. I like M&M's,
Mm.
but I don't like M&M's anymore.
I do know.
I don't.
M&Ms. Almond M&Ms are good. I've tried all.
I
of them.
like peanut M&M's now more than I like M&M's.
Yes. You know, I prefer the peanut now than I used to.
Yeah.
I like the regulars. So the peanut butter are good. And then there's, God, they had a whole bunch of different flavors at one time. I think they had a coffee flavor on it one time.
Yeah.
I tried that. That
Remember-
was really good.
Remember when they said, was it with M&M's that they got rid of the blue?
Yeah, they were
Since-
taking a survey on TV or something. They want to get rid of the blue M&Ms.
No, but I
they were
heard it's
trying
because
different
of
flavors too. They had a hot spicy flavor too, and I can't remember what it was called.
Spicy.
Yeah, a little bit of spice in it. Now, Mexican candy can be spicy too.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you like spicy and you like candy, a lot of people think, ew, but actually it's pretty good. with a little sugar, and then you get that spice. It's like, woo!
Okay. Okay.
Especially tamarind candies. Mexican tamarind candies are just, oh yeah.
You like that? Huh?
Oh, they're just wonderful. I gotta be careful. I'm diabetic, and I gotta be careful because I get on a candy binge, and I gotta watch it.
Oh, you got a sweet tooth.
I do. Now, usually I'll eat sugar-free candy, which what's the name of this? I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, Stouffer's, or anyway, this candy is sugar-free. Now, that's fine and good and everything, but like with sugar candy, you don't want to eat too much.
Yeah.
Eat sugar-free candy, well, it has a laxative effect to it.
Is it really?
So what it says on the box, what the serving size is, half that. Don't go over that. Believe me. Trust me. Do not go over that because you will pay. It tastes so good, but you're going to pay for it later. Because, I mean, there's nothing quicker than that. You don't need laxative. Just go out and buy a bag of sugar-free candy and eat the whole thing. Trust me. Give about 15 minutes, half an hour. You'll be clean. It'll work. But I like it, and it tastes, to me, some people can taste sugar-free stuff, but if you eat sugar-free stuff long enough,
yeah.
It doesn't taste. It tastes sweet, just like sugar.
Yeah.
You don't have that aftertaste, sweet taste to it. You get used like Splenda or the other sweeteners. They have the artificial sweeteners like the stuff in the pink stuff, and then the Splenda in the yellow packet. Yeah, that's good too. And after a while, I mean, I did 2 one time, and I thought it was going to blow me out. It blew my mind because it was so sweet. Like, oh, boy. That's too much.
That's too much.
No, so, but yeah, you got with sugar free. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
they're good, and they won't rot your teeth. But yeah,
they won't rot your teeth.
Yeah, they'll make you run though.
So
get back those kids on Halloween.
I tell you.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
I tell you, those So I would go with Jolly Ranchers because just the old school, just something like, oh yeah, but why not? But I do like Crunch or Nestle's Crunch.
I did like the Crunch. Yeah,
that was my third or fourth favorite. Snickers, you always got Snickers somehow through the whole year.
Snickers is great because a Snickers, if you're hungry, a Snickers is a good candy bar to eat.
Yeah,
it's got the protein in it. It's got the nuts in it. It's got the caramel. They're true. That in the commercial they say Snickers satisfies. It does. It really does. It's if you want a snack or something filling or something that tastes good, Snickers is the best.
Yeah,
I like just Seinfeld where they're eating their candy bars with a fork and knife. They cut their candy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I love that episode. I'll have to try that sometime. Eat a candy bar with a knife and fork.
It is so delightful.
Yeah,
eat it like a gentleman.
Oh, okay. Do you like Junior Mints? Some people don't like Junior Mints. They're refreshing. They're
you talking about Tic Tacs?
Gooey mint. Nope. It's a gooey mint. About this big around there. Chocolate coated.
Oh.
They're like a peppermint patty, only tiny.
Oh no.
They're only this big. Some people I don't like.
I don't like mint and chocolate put together.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not a mint fan.
That is not. I mean, that's not good.
I'll have chocolate. And I'll have mint, but I can't have them together. I don't like chocolate mint. I don't like chocolate mint ice, chocolate chip mint ice cream. No, thank you. I'm just not a mint guy.
So we got Milky Way.
Okay.
We got those little pop things with those popsicles with the chocolate inside.
Okay.
And then we have Lifesavers. We have that
Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's.
My wife likes Mike and Ike's.
We got this bubblegum thing.
Okay.
And then we have Twisters.
Twizzlers, yeah.
Twizzlers.
Now, one of them's going to be Twizzlers for me. That's my favorite. Red Twizzlers.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I don't like licorice at all. I'm not.
It must be a European. I like black licorice, but it's got to be Twizzlers licorice. It can't be any. The only red licorice I like is Twizzlers. I don't like cherry vines. I don't like vines. I like the twisted ones, the other stuff, the cherry stuff. No. Strawberry Twizzlers. That's it. That's the only kind of licorice I like. And the black licorice once in a while.
Is licorice a European thing? Is that what it is?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. But I mean, just your regular average American licorice that came in the twists, just like Twizzlers. That's a good licorice.
Okay.
That's just right. That's not too strong. I even like licorice jelly beans.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people don't. I love licorice jelly. I tell you, I'm a licorice. I mean, I like licorice to a certain point, but I do like it.
No, I never liked Twizzlers. I don't like licorice.
Some people,
I don't like the taste of it, and I don't like the texture to it.
Yeah.
It's too. I feel like if I do like some candy, it's gotta be like super sweet.
Okay,
Like Starburst was the super sweet.
Yeah, Twizzlers aren't real sweet. You're right about that.
How about
Kind of mild.
those Lifesavers?
I love Lifesavers. Now, that you should mention Lifesavers. That reminded me. Now, we're gonna go back a couple seasons here. I used to get them on Christmas, and we were talking about candy. I know we were talking about Halloween, but we used to get them on Christmas. My grandmother would buy it. It looked like a book, and it would unfold. Either side had
they still had those in the 80s.
Rolls of Lifesavers. All they had mint, spearmint, all the flavors. Roll of all the fruit flavors. Any flavor they had in Lifesavers in a little book, and you'd open it up, and you could have every roll of your wintergreen and spearmint, one of my other Lifesavers.
No way.
Orange, lime, lemon, and there was another one too. I can't remember, and I love Lifesavers. Do you remember the book though?
I remember that book.
It up.
Yeah, that was
a really
popular.
book.
Yeah.
It had all
that
the
was
different
that was
varieties
more
in there.
Christmas. The
Yeah,
Lifesavers
it was a Christmas thing. Yeah. And you said Lifesavers, and that memory just hit me, and I go, yeah, we used to get them at Christmas. My grandmother would get them for Christmas. You'd open the book, and you'd all your different flavors, and it was really cool. Yeah.
No way.
And I mean, candy at Christmas. Well, candy canes in your stocking. Come on, little round mints. We just get round mints too. Or candy. One year we got candy canes. They're about as big as this microphone. Swear to God, they're huge. They're about this long. They're about that big around. Wrapped, just big candy canes. I'm like, whoa! Dad must have got a bonus that year or something because we got these big candy canes and stockings and But anyway, that's Christmas. But let's get back to Halloween.
So let's go. I'll tell you this: I like Milky Ways better than I like Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that they had a dark chocolate Milky Way version, and I love dark chocolate. I really do
Milky
like
Way dark chocolate.
That was the thing. But the original Milky Way, I do like it better than Snickers.
Well, you've got Snickers, you got Milky Way, you got Three Musketeers. No, they're all pretty much the same candy bar, except let's see, the Three Musketeers has chocolate and the nougat.
What? Yeah, what was
Snickers has the nougat, caramel, and chocolate. And let's see, there was Snickers. There was Three Musketeers, Snickers, and what was the other one? Milky Way. So the Milky Way was same thing as Snickers, but no nuts.
Mm-hmm.
A Three Musketeers was just like a Snickers, but with no caramel and no nuts.
Yeah.
You just had the nougat.
Yeah.
So they're all three the same kind. They were kind of like, I guess you'd call separate candy bar, like a Mounds and an Almond Joy.
Yeah.
Same thing, except one has an almond and one doesn't.
Oh, okay.
So if you think about it, I don't know if they're all made by the same company, but that's basically what they are. So a Three Musketeers is just a section of a Snickers bar, and a Milky Way is a section of it too. Because the Milky Way's got the nougat and the caramel and chocolate, but no nuts, like a Snickers.
Oh yeah.
So
I
sat there one day thinking about that.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Now, Baby Ruth is nougat, nuts, like a payday, but chocolate, but it's not a payday.
No.
I don't have many nuts as a payday, but
yeah.
So it's kind of if you think about it, I just saw it when I was sitting there eating my candy bars one day, and I kind of thinking together, wait a minute.
All right. Next list we got. Tootsie Rolls, those little Whoppers things.
Whoppers, malted milk balls, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bart Simpson's candy bar.
Butterfingers.
No, we already kind of talked about Butterfingers.
Yeah, they aren't.
They're not as good as they used to be.
They used to be.
But I can't tell you one way or another.
They still taste good, but they're just not. I don't know if it's crunchiness or the stickiness. Usually when you eat those, they would stick to your teeth. Not the chocolate would melt away, but the gooey, crunchy peanut butter part would stick to your teeth, and you'd have to reach under your finger and rip it off the top of your teeth and it would stick to it. So yeah. Ooh, my sound changed. Ooh, I can hear me now. Wow.
Can you?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So,
okay,
so let's talk about. Do you like Tootsie Rolls?
Yes, I like the flavored ones also. Now Tootsies come miniature ones. They got longer ones. They got now every Tootsie Roll has what they call Tootsies, and I don't know if you're familiar, but if you take a Tootsie Roll apart, you know, especially long ones, there's little marks.
Yeah,
on there, and that's a bite. That means that's a bite section. You grind your teeth with that line, and you take a bite.
I didn't know.
And they call those Tootsies. Apparently, I heard this. They call those Tootsies.
Wow.
They're part of a Tootsie Roll. But they got big ones, they got small ones, they got fat ones, they got large ones, they got fruit flavored ones. They've got Tootsie Roll fruit flavors. I like those too, but I do like Tootsie Roll. Yeah,
Tootsie Rolls. You know,
those are all time great. They're chocolatey and they're caramely and they're kind of gooey, but they're not. I don't know.
I know one thing. Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Downtown where I live.
Yeah.
For some reason, they got a whole big bucket of Tootsie Rolls. And it's kind of like your dessert after working out. But I'm like, why would you do that? They're bad for
all
you.
that sugar.
They're bad for you.
Here's a treat for your workout. You just gained another 15 pounds after working off 20.
And you know what? And who just only takes one?
No, I take a handful. They're big bowl.
Well,
Yeah,
put it in my pocket.
It's like, here, I'm trusting you guys. Here's a big giant bowl of candy. Please be discretion. Use your own discretion and don't be a pig. And the next kid comes along and pours a whole bowl in his bag. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember that? These people are stupid because the first thing they're going to do is turn their back, and the next thing that candy will be gone.
I remember.
Honor system my ass.
I remember we came up on houses like that.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we got to that house, there was no candy
No,
left.
there wouldn't. No.
There was no candy left.
Can't even help yourself.
It was just done.
Yeah, it's gone.
It was done.
There's no way. You can't control it. There's no way. Speaking of Halloween, every Halloween, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, he has this, goes outside, he puts a table out for the neighborhood kids. There's a big box on the top of the table. And in this box, there's 2 holes in the front. On the front, covered by a curtain, so you can't see inside. Now, he is on the other side of the box.
Oh.
And on the other side of the box, inside the box, is a bowl of pumpkin guts and a bowl of candy. And you don't know which side it's on. And he can switch them off. He can, behind her, switch them around. Like, you know how you play the jar?
Yeah.
The dice, you know, which one's it under?
Yeah.
Same thing. And he'll switch them around and say, okay, make a grab, get 3 tries. If you still don't get it, you still get some candy.
Yeah.
Now, the trick is, the holes that are in there have to be small.
Yeah.
They call it a monkey trap.
Yeah.
And what that is, you get too big a full of candy, you can't pull your hand out because it'll stop. So you got to let go of something. So you can't go in there by a hand and take it out. No, you got to take out what you get.
Yeah.
And he makes them that way on purpose so the candy will last longer.
Yeah.
Because he's a kid, so you still get candy. You don't get a lot, but you still get candy. But the kids love it.
Well, your
it's just a
neighborhood.
riot to watch. It's just you could go there all night if it went that far. Just,
Well, aren't you guys going there?
yeah, we are going there.
Don't you guys play cards?
Yes. No. What we do is my sister-in-law is inside the house making pizzas, making sure their candy is ready to go out to the garage. My job is to make sure all the candy bowls are mixed together. They have several different candy bowls, like 5 or 6 candy bowls, all kinds of different candy. We try to. What you do is you buy a lot of suckers. And the reason why you buy suckers is because when you get that monkey hole I mentioned, those suckers, it's hard to get them all out. You got to let go of something because the sticks stick out. See, you need a whole handful of that. You can't stick them out. So there's a lot of suckers in there too. There's a trick to it. So the monkey hole and the suckers and smaller candy, which is bite-sized candy. They don't usually do candy bars. You do a little bite-sized package. Your minis, which is
those
fun.
are great.
I'd rather have minis. That way I don't get as much sugar instead of the big candy bars like we used to do. But yeah, and the kids love it. They get a ride, and every year there's somebody new there. That one neighborhood kid tells another neighborhood kid that just moved in about the game. What's the game? Come out with me, a little trick or treat, and got stopped by this one house, and they love it, and it's a blast every year. It's great.
So how many pumpkins does he have to gut out?
Just one or two. Just a thing of pumpkin guts. Just a little small bowl, nothing big. Just something slimy, grab it. It's kind of Actually, it's fun though. He has towels. Actually, has a couple Valley City towels. Does he really? Valley still has.
No way.
The blue,
why does he have
striped towels?
Yeah, why does he have Valley City?
He still has some of that stuff. It's freebies that he got when he worked at Valley. He used to work at Valley. Todd used to work at Valley.
Who?
Upstairs. Todd, my brother-in-law.
That's your brother. That's the guy that.
Todd Dufford. Yeah, that's my brother-in-law.
That is?
I thought you knew that. You didn't
know
that?
I didn't make connected.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the guy that
there.
him and Jeff did lines or whatever?
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah, he was.
He's Jeff.
Worked up. Jeff Gentleman's best buddy.
And they used to do lines of.
Yeah.
Lines of white stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. That's Todd.
Are you serious?
I thought you knew that. You didn't know that?
I didn't connect the dots.
Oh, okay.
That's got
I knew you were friends with the Gentleman's, but I didn't know you had a cottage up north and you were a friend. I thought you was their next door neighbor here in the neighborhood. I didn't know you had a cottage back then.
No, we had.
When you finally told me, I went, oh yeah, and then it dawned on me. No, yeah. Todd was my brother.
No
way.
way.
So he's got a few freebies or drugs or whatever left over from Valley.
So when did he retire?
Oh, that was a long time ago. God,
How
he
old
worked for
is
Perrin for quite a while. You remember Perrin? Perrin's got some. He quit working for Valley and he went to Perrin and he was making much better money at Perrin. Perrin's got some bucks.
Oh, are you talking about
the T-shirt
Jeff?
place? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when they Todd went to Perrin.
Yeah, and after he left Geldermus, he went to Perrin.
Where is
Perrin? Perrin's on 3 Mile and I've been there once. Matter of fact, my nephew or my grandson worked there for a while briefly. And my brother-in-law set him up. Actually, no, my brother-in-law didn't set him up. He just got an application and went in and signed up for Perrin, but it's a lot of hard work. T-shirts, they make T-shirts, collegiate T-shirts.
Oh.
And my brother-in-law would go to different parts of the United States, colleges and what have you, or keep up on all the games to keep the sales going.
Oh,
say 1 year this one team won, then the sales are going to go high on that team. This team lost, so you had to keep up on the games. That was part of his job to watch sports and TV and football. So to keep up with the sports, so they know what was selling and what wasn't. Like Michigan, Ohio State, you name it, anything collegiate, and they make quite a few shirts. They're very good quality shirts. What sports shirts? Perrin's a good one, but they're not cheap. But that's a good quality shirt.
Okay.
And that was his job, just to watch sports and keep up with the collegiate stuff. So sales they could keep track of sales and like, oh, Michigan State won. Oh, now the T-shirts are gonna go. Or Michigan won. Oh, now we got
So that's gonna be so weird to know that he was best friends with the Johnson.
Yeah.
And then it's to me it's gotta be so weird.
He started out as a driver actually for a while, and then he went upstairs. But he was a driver for about a month or so. Some guys that were there start out as drivers, or you can work in the shop. You can work whatever. I don't know the way it's set up now. It's totally different. But back when you and I were there, he's my brother-in-law.
So we're reminiscing of the good old days of Valley.
Yeah,
huh?
Valley. Yeah.
Is that weird?
I mean, it wasn't a great job, and I didn't make a lot of money, but I had fun. I have to admit, we did have some fun there. I mean, it was the people I worked with were like family,
That was my second. That was my second job.
Was that your second? I thought it was your first.
No, WWE.
I remember when you first got there. I remember that, working on a line. That's when they had a conveyor belt, though. Before you joined, we had just a table we dumped it on. We didn't have a conveyor belt.
No, of course.
We didn't have an automated shit
No,
out there. But
no.
that was pretty cool.
No, I was there when that. When
Yeah,
the
you
tables
would
out.
automate it. They just got done.
The
Sorting room, the dirties were back where the hangar stuff was because they moved it. Okay. Next to that, on the finishing edge of that, was the washroom. Because the washroom went like in a loop, I think, or a circle. It was like a tunnel, like a wash tunnel.
I remember
Go through and feed out the back and then feed into dryers. It was
Yeah.
totally automated now. It's probably still is.
Well, I remember when I first got there,
Much faster than it used to be.
I was just sorting the linen sheets, the clean linen sheets. And I know that
Sheets or tablecloths. We did tablecloths
Yeah.
too. 72 by 72.
and I remember the laundry room where they clean and take in all the dirties.
Yeah.
That extension wasn't there yet. They were thinking about extending it.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't there yet.
But they had the.
And then when I came back the second time, they just
the dirties
finished
was
that
a conveyor
extension.
belt though. When you came in, the dirties was they just turned it into a conveyor belt.
Okay.
Okay, because I remember that.
Okay.
And we would so what we do is we try to get a couple guys and everybody responsible for one thing. Like you do blue napkins, I'll do burgundy napkins, you do yellow napkins, you do blue napkins, and you do tablecloths if you can get it. But you couldn't know what size it was. You just had a quick grab.
Yeah.
But there was leftover food, there was rice, there was crumbs, there was
Dude, that's
mints,
a great
there
job.
was cockroaches, there was maggots. Oh, it's an awful, terrible, nasty job. Just because those bags of laundry, those bags of dirty linen would sit there at least for a week with all
Yeah.
that food and crap in them. So you
Yeah.
get your maggots and your flies. Oh God, it was awful. Just terrible.
I mean, I tell you,
Ripe it up. Woo!
do I remember? Jeez.
I don't miss it.
I mean, this podcast has gone into reminiscent time,
yeah.
but I just remember. Jeez. I remember
Terrible.
that was my second job
The winter
in the
was worse.
summer. In the summer, because I finally was old enough to have to get a job. I was like 16 or 17 or 16 or 15. I was just old enough to my parents didn't want me to just hang out and just
Right, yeah, just
shoot the
run
crap
around there,
with
yeah.
a bunch of guys. And all my
keep you out of trouble.
and all my other friends in the neighborhood were going to their summer
Okay.
jobs.
Right. Okay.
And the other athletes who could be playing sports
Right.
were going to summer league, travel league, baseball, basketball, whatever it was.
Okay.
But all the kids that didn't do that, we had to get a job in the summer. And I happen to know people that from my high school would have to go to Valley 7-Eleven
Okay.
and go work there. And that's how all the college kids from Jenison or
Yeah.
like Jenison,
was a college
Hudsonville,
kid too, yeah.
Unity
Good
Christian,
summer job.
any like Grand Rapids church kids.
Mhm.
I went to a Grand Rapids church when I was growing up.
Mhm.
Even though I lived in Jenison. So even some of those guys, we worked at Valley 7-Eleven.
Okay.
And I just remember a bunch of college kids coming back from school,
Mhm.
and the high school kids like myself
Mhm.
would be at that place from 6 in the morning to 6 at night.
Mhm.
And it was, God, it was so hot. It was
Yeah, it
horrible.
wasn't godly hot. especially
I
in the summer.
didn't realize what BO was until that year, until I did one of these numbers.
Oh, there's
Whoa.
other things too.
Whoa,
God,
man.
believe me. Yeah.
I mean, I remember,
It's getting right in there.
I just remember,
Oh God.
I remember all the pretty college girls that you just
I
couldn't,
did too.
that you
Oh,
couldn't
God.
just not stare at.
There were some Vietnamese girls that were there too that were just gorgeous. Oh my God. There's a lot of good looking gals there. If I remember right, there was
Well, there
not
were,
all of them, but there was some. That
there were,
pretty
there were,
good looking.
there
That was-
were,
yeah.
there were Guatemala girls, Mexican girls,
Yeah. Korean,
college girls.
Vietnamese, especially Vietnamese girls. We had.
I just remember those Vietnamese girls.
Haiti people from Haitian people.
Yeah.
From Haiti that
Yeah.
spoke French. Black people that spoke French. It was weird. We had Cubans from Cuba.
Cuba.
We had people from not Mexico, but Guatemala.
Yeah.
Guatemala and or Mexico, which are they're sister countries.
Yeah.
They're not the same, but they're next to each other. And usually Guatemala and Mexican, well,
Dude, it was like
it's a little different, but
it was such a unique job because
a lot of
because
African American.
and I know that we're getting to 50 minutes. Maybe I'll just go 10 more minutes just talking about the reminiscing of the time. But I just remember a bunch of people there, and we all kind of mixed in together.
Yeah.
And I remember this girl named Heather or Heidi. Heidi was a college girl. Her brother was in high school. His name was Ryan. But I had the deepest crush on her.
Okay.
She had that blonde, brownish hair. Her face looked soft and just
Perfect. I mean, features were just perfect.
yeah. I mean,
brown eyes.
and she was just like,
Gorgeous. Yeah. Okay.
do what his number? Like, it was drool. Man,
Drool.
I mean, gosh. And I remember the last day that we worked there, and she drove me up. I don't know what happened to her brother and everyone else. And Rachel was there. Rachel, Tracy were 2 years older than me. I was a freshman in high school. And then Ryan was Heidi or Heather's, I think her name was Heather, Heather's younger brother.
Okay.
He didn't go to work on the last day that we were all there. Rachel, Tracy wasn't there.
Okay.
And it was just, for some reason, it was me and Heather. I think we all went there to work. But on the way back, it was just her and me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Think about me, I was like 16 years
Should
old.
could have, would have, and you didn't. And now you
No.
think back about it. God,
She was
what do you
like,
know?
she had a boyfriend. She went to like tri-unity. She went to like tri-unity. She went to a little
she was
college.
basically she was untouchable.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you could touch her, but you'd get in trouble for it, or she would.
No, she would. She looked at me like I was like a little.
Hi, little guy. Yeah, it's like,
Yes, you are. You're a cute little guy. Yes, you are.
okay.
Yes, you are. Oh,
okay.
you adorable. God, dude, I just like, I melted. I'm like, dude, can't say nothing. And then my parents picked me up at a location where all the kids would.
Yeah.
We would all go to the house,
Okay.
and my parents would drop me off, or I would drive to that location.
Okay.
And then ride together, like 6 of us.
Okay.
Or like 10 of us.
Okay.
So we take 2 cars.
Oh,
So
okay.
we didn't all have to drive down together.
Oh, okay.
So we
okay.
drove down
I see.
instead of separate.
Okay.
But I tell you, those were just I thought I had a bad valley.
Yeah.
Working today at the hospital,
Yeah.
just constantly walking, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. When will that ever end?
It's so bad, and then
Yeah.
what it is worse is that I'm listening to 20-year-olds that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like, this is way too much.
Yeah.
But look, folks, enough of that.
Okay.
Enough of that gibberish.
Yeah.
Of reminiscing. I don't want to go downhill. This is Halloween.
Yeah.
So the Devil's Night is actually
It's the 31st.
no. The Devil's Night is tonight, right?
It's If it's today's Wednesday. Thursday is Halloween. You're correct.
So tonite is Devil's Night.
Yeah.
So I hope.
Or no. I'm sorry. Halloween.
Is on
Devil's
Thursday.
Night is Thursday's night because Halloween's on Friday.
Halloween's on
And then
Friday.
or is no wait.
No, Halloween's on
31st is
Thursday.
Friday.
Halloween's on Thursday.
Oh wait. You're right.
Devil's
Halloween
Night
is the
tonight.
31st. That would be a Friday.
Tonight is Devil's Night.
Yeah, okay, so today's the night before Halloween.
So it's
Night.
Devil's Night.
Like Christmas Eve, only Halloween Eve. Okay, all right, Devil's Night.
Yeah, it's Devil's
That's when you go out and create raise hell, waxing windows and smashing pumpkins and stuff. I guess, right? I mean,
well, that's basically when the devil comes out, and it's supposed to be like, if you're like allow the devil in your soul, you will be taken.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
That's probably not going to happen.
Okay.
Unless you're Ozzy.
Okay.
Ozzy, we love you, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Think about that guy. Every day is Halloween. Every day is Halloween for Ozzy Osbourne. You should really watch his introductions for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll have to see that. Yeah,
It's great, and it's kind of sad at the same time.
I know. He's pretty well
When he's
behind the systems. Yeah. It's kind of sad. But hey, he had a great career, though. Just what a wonderful career. I have to say, he was, that's...
He's lived 1,000 different lives.
I know.
Completely got blitzed.
Still kicking, yeah.
And most people today are just too scared to live.
Yeah.
They still live with their parents.
Yeah.
And they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And they don't have a job. And they're like, life is boring. Well, you need to go find Ozzy Osbourne and go have some fun.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. Then you need a woman like Sharon to put you back on track.
Sharon! You know, that was probably the best thing that ever happened to him, I'm going to say, because of the fact that he was such a partier. She could kind of control him, I guess. She was the only one that could. From what I gather, I mean, you know, and she stuck with him too. She's really just so into him and by his side and just puts up with his crap. I don't know how she did it.
No, I tell you that.
I mean, if it weren't for her, I think he would have been dead a long time ago. I really do.
Well, I think you got to remember one thing about Ozzy. Is that you go and look at Ozzy with all the makeup in the 80s and 70s, he's not really that good looking guy.
No.
Sharon was not even that good looking. She dolled herself up in plastic surgery, and even before plastic surgery, as Ozzy got better and better, she got better looking as long as...
I like her personality. I really do. I mean, she didn't take any shit, but she didn't give it either. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about the show. It's kind of off a little bit, kind of crazy. But the daughter, what's her name? She's gorgeous. She's beautiful.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
She's kind of just
she wasn't that beautiful
in her and a little bit of Sharon in her.
She wasn't.
I think she looks more like Sharon, but then again, she doesn't look a lot like Ozzy too. It's hard to say.
Well, she was. Well, she
beautiful.
wasn't that good looking when she was in that show.
You know, maybe not, but I didn't think she was ugly. I think she's kind of cute. I mean, she's cute.
Yeah, she's cute. Now.
I mean, she's not ugly. I don't think she's hot, but she's cute. I mean, that's, you know, so.
Look, folks, we got to turn this off because we got the Red Wings coming up. We got the Pistons coming up. I got to try Larcy.
Yep.
He's got to drink mine.
Yep.
So,
Larcy.
Happy Halloween. All the kids out there, eat candy.
Yep.
And when Halloween's over, listen to your parents. Eat your fruits and your vegetables.
Yep.
And I hope everyone has a great, great weekend.
Yeah, stay safe.
This is going to be aired on Friday, the day after Halloween. And I'm going to have another episode for Thursday. Me and Griff talk about how Michael Jordan is not the greatest basketball player of all time. You can listen to it. You can watch it. Do whatever you want to do with it. You can tell me I'm effing right and Griff is wrong. You can tell Ron here that his licorice is awesome or whatever.
Yeah.
So peace, love, and Ron's got a great view of the background of the 131
City, 131 right here.
Actually,
over here.
Right there.
You can see it going
Right
by.
there.
Well, if you can, right there. It's everywhere here. But yeah, we'll see you guys.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.
If I can stop this.